Now let's go over the stereo field of this song. So span, I'm going to try to see what's happening with each one of these. Well, not actually there. I'm going to move this span to my master track and see what happens. And I actually already have one. How convenient. So let's play this track, or let's play individual elements and see what's happening with them. Now, as you can see, this doesn't really, the entire song right there in the drums. Doesn't really have that much stereo information. So what I could do is actually pan some of these left and right. And by doing that, I would get some more stereo imaging for it. Or I could actually make some of these sounds more stereo. Now, you have to know that usually it is the impact, the transients of each one of these sounds. They're usually just mono, and the transients sound better and they impact better when they are mono. But it's the tails of the sounds that could be more stereo. So I could find one of these that's not really impactful, not really that transient, rich, that, percussive. Although these are all percussions, hats and everything, but one that's going to actually benefit from adding some, stereo to it. So on this hi-hat right here, I'm gonna add this utility to see how stereo it actually is. So you see, I added the utility. I played only the side of this hi-hat. You see that? There's nothing. So it's completely mono. This hi-hat is completely mono. Completely. Now, how is that? I have 3 hi-hats right here. And when I play them here and I just do this, so I play only the mono, the stereo part, the stereo, the sides of this entire sound that's made up out of 3 samples, I get no sound, meaning that it's completely mono. Yeah, just like that. So what I can do to make this more stereo, maybe these hats, let me hear them separately. Okay, so we could maybe pull one of those left, pull one of those right. Now that's much better. Let's see what's stereo about it, and it's those 2 hats, of course. Now this is the stereo part of our signal. That's mono. This is stereo. Okay, now that's better. Have more stereo happening. What else do we have? Let's see how stereo is that. And can we actually add some width to it? Well, what I do notice is that completely mono and completely stereo, it loses a piece of the signal state somewhere in between always that has the best color. So I'm just going to make it a tiny bit wider. That's it, just like this. Yep, tiny bit wider, tiny bit louder. I'm just gonna pull down on this ride because I think this ride is really, really too loud still. Okay, I think that's enough for the system of drums. Yep, it sounds pretty stereo and nice to me now. Okay, let's see that. This is quite stereo. Okay, so let's see if we can do something using this EQ right here. Now let's see on the sides we can boost this up like that. So what we're going to do now is on the mids, as you can see, so on the mono piece of this signal, I'm pulling down on the high frequencies, and on the stereo part, I'm pulling that out a lot. So let's see without it and with it. Of course, I'm going to cut the lowest of the frequencies again, just like that. Nice image I'm getting. I like that. Okay. That's good. I like that. Like that. That's good. Let's see what else do we have. And these all sound just enough stereo to me. I like the actual soundstage of the song as it is, how much of it is stereo and how much of that is mono. And I don't really want to go overboard with the width and with the stereo of all of this. Let's just see about these instruments right here. Yeah, quite stereo, as though we have this flanger on this one of those synths which, you know, moves the sound, but the phases of those LFOs moving the flanger is completely opposite. So we have quite a nice stereo image. So for now, I would just leave it at this. This will be quite enough for me.